You are to describe a time you made a decision to wait for something. You have 1 minute to prepare this topic and then you will have to speak for 2 minutes.
We keep taking decisions in our life. Sometimes we need to respond promptly, whereas there are times when we need to act wisely and wait. I too went through similar time when in 11th class I was provoked to mess with my best friend Pankaj by one of my classmates Rakesh, who had been new to the class. He once cunningly told me that Pankaj had got his name written by ignoring me in list of students willing to participate in sports meet. Then he added that being my close friend Pankaj has backstabbed me and he does not deserve my friendship. Words of Rakesh pierced me like an arrow and I lost my temper. It was fortunate for me that it happened in Pankaj's absence and my phone was out of balance. Otherwise, mess could have happened and I could have lost gem of a person, so I decided to wait till next day. That evening, I was on roller coaster of feelings. I once felt that Pankaj had been betrayer. At the same time, my mind was taking me to the incidents when Pankaj had helped me in my tough times. Plot of Rakesh was really working and I was unable to resist and think normally. Next morning, I reached school and I took Pankaj aside for explanations for learning participation. On this, Pankaj acted calmly and denied of any such action. He told me to relax and took me to our sports teacher for the list. By having look at the list, I was unable to find name of Pankaj. Now things were transparent and conspiracy of Rakesh was busted. I thank God for giving me wisdom to wait and prevented me from being impulsive. I could have lost gem of a person.
That is end of part 2, and in part 3, I will ask you follow-up questions about using time. What do people in your country often do while waiting?
Well, that depends on the age and the maturity of a person. Majority kills the time by scrolling through social media pages. They follow their favorite pages or creators. Else to this, while waiting, some people like doing phone calls. What is more, there is also a sizable proportion of people who like doing some constructive work like watching some useful videos or reading a book.
Why do some people like a slow-paced life?
Some people want to enjoy their life and feel it, so they dislike fast pace of life. There can be also the reason that they cannot get used to the hurry and worry lifestyle. They know that initially they can achieve more by running too fast, but later it can be painful to cope with such lifestyle physically as well as mentally.
Is being patient good for people and why?
In modern scenario, being patient can be a boon as well as a bane. For example, some things take time, like getting expertise at English demands time, especially if a student has weaker base. In this situation, if a student decides to take a language proficiency exam, it will definitely result in loss of money, time and efforts. On the contrary, if a student acts patiently and works on his basics and approaches things step by step, this way surely he consumes time but he comes out with flying colors and gains confidence.
Are people less patient now than people in the past and why?
Well, the apple of discord is technology and other modern devices we are using. About 20-30 years ago, things used to be very slow though. A message used to take a week's time to get delivered. People had to wait for watching their favorite TV serial for a week. Additionally, in absence of too many medicines, painkillers, people used to tolerate sufferings. But with the advent of all quick solutions, people no longer have to wait, and this has caused actual trouble. People have lost patience. They want things to happen overnight and look for shortcuts. Ironically, in intention of taking shortcuts, they take long cuts.
That is end of part 3 and end of speaking test. Thanks for listening.